Very good evening. So let's start the session. Okay. Good evening, Prashant. So taking forward from the last class, in the last class we have, guys, please stop writing. Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay. Now, in the last class, we have seen what will be the course curriculum, what are the things will be covered, what is the prerequisites, and what is the module 1 will be doing, module 2, module 3, where along with generative AI. That's fine, not a problem. Okay, generative AI and all these things. So today we are going to cover one after the other, and we will move forward over here. Okay, I will give it as artificial intelligence with Gen AI. Okay. Now, as I explained you in the last class, see, usually the data science, let's take it, data science. Now, there is a very much the buzzword around the world where the people will be using a lot. That is data science. Data science actually consists of, which includes, what are the things it will be including is artificial intelligence. Okay, and it has machine learning and deep learning and generative AI and agentic AI. Like this, it will be. Okay. Now, as a part of our course, this we are not going to cover it, as I told you yesterday detailedly, what we are going to cover it. Okay. Now, so first thing is, what is data science? So, data science, we can say this, if you look at the data science, if you look at the term data science consists of two words. It's a combination of two words. One is called as data and other one is called as science. Okay, data science. We are going to see them one after the other. We will see them and we will see the differences in them also. So when you look at this data science has two terms, that is data plus science. Now, what is science? Now, let's keep the data aside for some time. Let's see that what is science actually. So, science is nothing but when you are doing a detailed study in any sector we call it as science. Okay, whenever you are doing a detailed study in any sector is called as science. So I can give it as like it is a process of a detailed learning about in any sector, we can say it. In any sector, any particular sector through observations and experiments. Okay, to observations and experiments. Whenever you are, it is a detailed process of detailed study process in any particular sector through observations. And now I will give some examples also, then you will be satisfied with this definition. For example, if you are doing a detailed study on chemicals, okay, we are doing a detailed study on chemicals. That is chemicals plus study. We call it as chemistry. Okay, we call it as chemistry. Next one is a detailed study on let's say it as you are doing a detailed study on oceans plus study. This is called as oceanography. Oceanography. Chemistry is the science. Yeah, we know that chemistry is a science. And oceanography is also a science where you are going to deal with the oceans. Now, next one is, we can say it as a detailed study on the space. When you are doing a detailed study on the space, we call it as astronomy. This is again a science. No doubt, this is science. Right. Now, in the same way, when we are doing a detailed study on data, that is called as data science. Okay, that is nothing but a data science. So, a chemicals plus study chemistry, oceans plus study oceanography, space plus study astronomy, data plus study is data science. These all comes under the category of the science. So now you got it. What is data science is nothing but you are going to do a detailed study on data. Now the question is, till there it is fine. We are going to do a very, very detailed study on data. What you will get it? What you are going to get it? Now, let's say it over here. If you are performing a detailed study on data, okay, you are performing a detailed study on data on chemicals, let's say it as chemicals. Now you have started, now you are today, you started the study on chemicals. Okay, you started study or you took a chemistry course and you have done started doing the study on chemicals for next 1 year. And this is you after 1 year. This is now and this is after 1 year. Now, will there be a difference in your knowledge? Yes, definitely. Because at this phase, you are very new to chemicals. You don't know anything much about the chemicals. After 1 year, when you have done an intense study on chemicals, you will become an expert in chemicals. That is, you will gain a lot of knowledge in the chemicals. The same way, when we are doing a study on the data, what you are going to get it? You are going to acquire a lot of knowledge about the data. You acquire a lot of knowledge about the data. This is what is the data science. Now, if I want to define a data science, now based on the whatever we discussed now, I want to define a data science. Now, multiple definitions you can give it as per whatever we discussed. I'm going to give it over here. See, first definition, we can say it as data science. Okay, in a simple way, science which deals with the data. Science means study. Science which deals with the data. Very, very simple definition. Science which deals with data. Again, I will not recommend you to give this definition when in an interview or anywhere, but this is for your understanding. Very simple definition. Now, if you want to talk about the other definition, okay, there will be other definition, that is it is a data science, we can say it as is a scientific study of data to gain knowledge to make a meaningful decisions. Okay, and so I can put it as in a simple words. It is a technique of extracting knowledge from data. Now, again, data means it can be structured data or unstructured data, anything. We are going to talk about this one, not to worry about. Structured data or unstructured data. It is a technique of extracting knowledge from data, that is structured data, unstructured data, anything it can be. Data broadly classified. We are going to see that one. Okay, it is a technique of extracting knowledge from the data using scientific methods. Now, immediately you may get a doubt that what are these scientific methods? Scientific methods are nothing but whenever you are applying any mathematical formulas or statistical formulas to perform anything, to extract anything, then that is called as scientific methods. Okay, it is nothing but mathematical and statistical formulas. Okay, this is called as scientific methods. Okay, this is how we call it as scientific. Now, this is, we can say, this is one definition, a simple definition for your understanding. This is the one which you can use it as per your comfortness. Okay, this is now pretty much good enough for you to define. And one more important thing, guys, I want to let you know, whenever you want to learn data science or you want to learn with AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, deep learning, or generative AI. Now, that's what I told you over here. This all includes this. Okay. Now, whenever we want to learn this is a blend of all. You can't separate them. They are all of interlinked. Okay. Now, if you want to learn them, there are multiple things you have to know. It's not a single. Now, for example, if you want to become a Java developer, let's take it. I want to become a Java developer. Java developer. Now, here, okay, all you have to know that is Java. That's it. Once you know Java, then there's a good chance that you can become a Java developer. Suppose you want to become a .NET developer. All you want to know it is a .NET technologies like C#, something like this. C#, ASP.NET, all these things. Once you know it, that you will become a .NET. Right? Simple. Now, but when it comes to become a data scientist, Okay, the guy who works on this, the data scientist. If you want to become a data scientist, then you need a multiple things. It is not one single thing. You require multiple things. What are the things you require? Yesterday, I explained you about this. I quickly say it. Okay, so it is a blend of multiple things. First one is you should be perfect with for data scientist. Okay, what is the things we require? First one is programming language. You have to know the one programming language. Next one, as I told you, you have to be aware of statistics. Third thing, if you have domain knowledge, then that would be a big advantage for you. And if you have it some visualization tools, then that would be good. Okay. And these are the multiple things we have to know it, because here we are going to deal with because to perform this, like any of these things, the data is mandatory. Okay, data is must. So when there is data, there will be some errors in the data, which we are going to remove those errors using the statistics and pandas. Yeah, I will explain. I will explain you those things. And domain knowledge, as I told you, this is the industry knowledge. The industry knowledge means if you are working in the banking domain, then it is called as banking domain knowledge. And if you are working with the visualization tools, then it comes under the visualization tools like Matplotlib, Seaborn, and all these things, where you can put the data in the graphical. So these are the multiple things we have to require to become a data scientist, or if you want to learn the data science or AI. This is a multiple things. So based on this, I can define it as here. I can define it as again like data science is an interdisciplinary field which is used to extract knowledge from data. Okay, that is knowledge from data. Again, knowledge from data means it can be multidisciplinary field. Okay, like it's an interdisciplinary field which is used to extract knowledge from the data, which includes programming, okay, and domain expertise, and and statistics. Multidisciplinary, I'm explaining. Knowledge from the data, which includes interdisciplinary means which includes programming, domain knowledge, and statistics. This is the another definition which you can use it. These are the three definitions. You can use it very well as per your comfortness. Now, one thing I want to let you know it, guys. Now, apart from these three, you can use it any of them. But if you observe it very closely, all these three definitions, there is only one thing is there. Okay, in this, if you observe it very closely, okay, there is only one meaning will come out of this. What is that? In a simple terminology, if you look at this, if you are looking at the science which deals with the data, that means science is you are doing a study on the data, you will get the knowledge. That's what it is. This says that you are getting the knowledge. Okay, knowledge from the data. Now, in this, if you look at here also, it says that it is a technique of extracting knowledge from the data using scientific method. This is also extracting knowledge. And this is also, it is an interdisciplinary field which is used to extract data which includes programming, domain knowledge, and domain expertise and scientific studies. This also speaks about the knowledge. In a simple terminology, all this says that data science is study on data which extracts the knowledge from the data. Okay, which extracts the knowledge from that data. Now, what we are going to do with this knowledge? We are doing all these things. What we have to do with the knowledge? I will tell you what we are going to do with the knowledge. I'm going to give you an idea. Just a minute, guys. Okay, now hope you got the basic understanding of data science, right? All you have to do it is you will be having the data, and you are going to spend time on that data, and you will get the, you will understand the data. And once you spend the time and you understand the data, you are going to get the knowledge out of data. That is what mean by this. Okay, this is nothing but knowledge out of data. Clear? Now, let's see. Now, we will keep this one aside as of, okay? This data science, we will keep it aside as of. Now, let's see what is artificial intelligence. Okay, what is artificial intelligence? There is some core mechanism, guys. All these things runs on a basic core mechanism. There is a particular mechanism or a process. It is based on this basic process. What is that is, I will tell you. So, what is that happens over here is, okay, I will keep it aside here for some time. Okay, now you will have a model. This is my model. This is nothing but our model. Okay. Model, in a sense, you may ask, what is this model? Altogether a new term you are using. I will tell you. And also in this demos, I will explain on, I will code and I will show you this model. Even though you never touched, we never went into the AI, ML, nothing, you will easily understand what is this. This is called as model. If I want to tell you what is this model means, this is a program. This is a program based on algorithm. Okay, based on algorithm. Okay, a program based on algorithm. Okay, now immediately you will get a point. The program, we know that it is, we will write the program in C, C++, Java, all these things we will write program. But we will not call them model. We will write it a program. But this one, why we are calling a model means we are writing the program based on algorithm. We are writing the program based on algorithm. Now, what is this? Now you may get a pointer. What is this actually? Now I will tell you. See, we know maths. Okay, we know maths. What is the maths deals with? Maths deals with numbers. It deals with numbers, right? And we will be having some formulas. Maths deals with numbers and formulas, both the things, numbers and formulas. Clear? Now, maths is having a branch. Maths is having a branch. This maths will deal with numbers. Maths is having a branch which deals with the data. Data means it can be text, it can be symbols, it can be numbers and combination of all. Okay, that is data. Now, the branch we call it as, the branch which deals with data, we call it as statistics. Okay, now we know that statistics deals with the data and it has the formulas. It has its own formulas. Now, these statistical formulas, we usually call it as algorithms. Now, again, the definition says that it is a step-by-step process of implementing statistical formulas is called as algorithm. Now, why we are calling it as step-by-step means, see, when there is numbers there, numbers we are applying a formula. So here we don't need to do any special steps, any special fancy steps we don't need to do. But when we are dealing with the data, data has the errors. Okay? Before applying these formulas, we have to go through some steps and we have to remove these errors. Okay? To go through these errors and make sure that data is clean. This is called as step-by-step process of implementing the formula based on the algorithm. That is called as implementing the statistical formula is called as algorithm. Okay, till there is okay. Now we know what is a model. We know what is a model. Model is nothing but a program based on algorithm. So what is an algorithm? It is a statistical formula. Clear. Now, what is so speciality about this model? See, the beauty of this model is, let's go with it. The beauty of this model is if you give data to the model. Okay, now I'm taking it over here. This is my model. Once again, I'm taking it. This is my model. Okay. I will take it a bit down over here. Okay, this is my model. Okay, to this model, we are going to give the data. I'm going to give the data over here to my model. Okay, and what happens is, when I'm giving the data to the model, this is my data. And this model, as it is designed or it is developed based on algorithm, okay, algorithm. Now you know what is the algorithm. It will extract the knowledge out of this data. It will do it. It will do it on its own. We don't need to worry about it. So it will extract knowledge from this data and it will become intelligent. It will do it. Literally, it will do it. It will go through the entire data and it will understand the relationship between the columns and it will get the knowledge out of that. And after getting the knowledge, it will become intelligent. Okay. And that intelligence, you can, based on that intelligence, it will give you the right answers. What do you mean by that is, so now here I'm giving data. Now it can be any kind of data. For example, I'm giving it as it is a cancer data. Cancer data. Okay, when I give this cancer data, now my model will learn from this cancer data. Now, cancer data means what I'm going to do it is like, you know, what are the features of a cancer? Like if there's a tumor is there, what is the color of the tumor? Whether it is painful or not, how big, what is the size, all these things, features, I'm going to collect it with the data. Okay, this cancer data, I'm giving it to the model. Now, what the model will do is like, it will learn from the data. Completely, it will learn from the data. It will understand the relationship between the columns, and it will get the knowledge out of this, and it will become intelligent. Now, after this, now you are going to get a new data. Okay, altogether a new data. And you will give it to this model. Now, model will say us whether that person is having cancer or not based on this new data, whatever the data you are asking. You are asking a question to this model, it will tell us whether the patient is having cancer or not. Okay, hope you are getting the point. Now, this we are in a very early stage, but this is the core mechanism of this. Okay, now this is again based on our human practice. This is again from our human practice. They have acquired this. Now, a simple example, I will take it. See, this is you. Let's take it. This is you. And or this may be a student. Okay, a student. Now, I went to this gentleman in the month of January or December. Let's take it. Now, he is doing his, maybe he is doing his BTech. Okay, he is doing his BTech. BTech is doing. Now, now when I went there about his BTech, I asked him 100 questions. Let's take it. 100 questions I asked him. And, this guy tried to give the answer. Now, it is in the month of January. Try to understand this. And obviously, he will not be having the exams. The exam will be in the month of April. And he is not prepared for this. I can say it as maybe 80% of the questions he didn't answer. Only 20% of the questions he answered. Okay. Now, what happens? The fast forward the things, and we are in the month of April. In next 1 week, we are having exams. Now, the same gentleman, I'm going to go again to him, and I'm going to ask same 100 questions. 100 questions I'm going to ask him. And this time, he may answer almost 80% of the answers correct. Maybe that 20% he may go wrong. Okay, guys. See, this is the same guy. And in a couple of months before, that is in the month of January. And this is the same guy after a couple of months in the month of April. Okay, this is January and this is April. Okay, now again in this 3 months, he will not put on weight, he will not put on the height or something. He will be the same guy. But how is that he was not able to answer the questions over here? He is answering the questions over here. That is, he went through the different sources of data. He went through the different sources of data and he acquired the knowledge, and he is over here. Okay, is over here. So what is the sources of data? It may be the videos, it may be the books, it may be the, like websites or journals or documents. All these things he will go through this data, source of data, and he acquired the knowledge and he became intelligent. Right? He gained the knowledge and he became intelligent that he is able to answer 80% of the questions. He was able to answer 80% of the questions. Now, the same mechanism we are applying over here. I'm giving the data, and this data is learning from the data. It will do it. It will do it as it is based on algorithm. This model will learn from this data, and it will understand the relationship between each and every column, and it will understand the relationship, and it will be ready. Now, when you ask if you give a new data and ask a question, it will tell us like whether the person is having a cancer or not in a very, very early stage. Very early stage, it will say. Now, it is literally acting like a doctor. Right? This is the beauty of our model. Now, if you take it, one more small example. Like the same model I'm taking. Try to connect it, guys. I'm connecting this same model. I'm taking the same model over here. Okay. And I'm giving the data over here once again. This is my data. Okay. Now, this data is about the stock market. This is data. This is about the stocks. This is about the stocks. Now, what exactly happens is once we give it about the stocks, okay, this will learn from the data. Now, this time I gave it the stocks data. Maybe the same model only I can use it. No problem. It's no need to write it. The code will be same. This model code will be same. But data is different. As I'm giving the cancer data, it is becoming over the cancer expert. And when I'm giving the stock, it will become a stock expert by gaining the knowledge and it will become. Now you ask a question about the stocks. Okay, you ask a question, it will give you the answer. Answer. Okay, like this. Simple. Now, let's connect it to the real-time scenario. Okay. Now, this is, I'm doing what? Okay, I'm copying this entire stuff this time instead of writing it once again. Now, I'm copying it, I'm placing it. Okay, that's good. I will do this. Okay. Here. This is my model, right? Now, let's take this data. Okay. Now, I'm removing this data over here. Now, previously, what I was doing, I was giving a particular data over here. Okay, particular data. It is a cancer data, and in this case, stocks data. This becoming expert with the cancer data, and this model becoming expert with the stocks. So these systems, which is expertized onto a one particular system or one particular trade or an industry or a sector, whatever you want to call it, that those type of systems, we call it as expert systems. Remember the word, we will be using this word in the future, expert systems. So understand this, whenever a model becomes expert with a one particular data, one particular stocks data, okay, then it will become an expert. It is called as expert system. It can be any particular, it can be stocks, it can be cancer, or it can be like plants data or anything you take it, that is, we call it as experts. Now, when I am, yeah, the same model, okay. Now, when I am increasing the size of the data into a very, very large quantity, this, when we are going to increase the size of data into very large quantity. Now, in this case, I was taking a particular sector, particular industry. Okay, here I did the cancer, here I did the stocks. Now I am taking a very large volume of data, very, very large volume of data of different sectors. Okay, like I will say it as large volume of data. Very large volume of data. and I'm giving it to my model. And this model should be really very high-end configured because it is dealing with a very large volume of data. Now, when you are giving, now this model will become expert into multiple sectors. Multiple sectors, it will be expert. So this kind of model, which is expertised into multiple sectors, we call it as multi-model. Multi-model means which can be expert into multi. If it is a single sector, we will call it as expert system. When we are dealing with a very, very large volume of data and giving it to this, now try to understand this, guys. This type of models, which can do the multiple tasks, we call it as multi-model, and these models we call it as large language models. These are called as LLMs. Now, what are these LLMs means? Example, ChatGPT or Gemini, Google Gemini, or you call it as DeepSeek. All these things comes under this cap. Hope you are getting the point now. So with the latest one, the most happening one is ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek. They are trained with very large volume of data, very, very large volume of data. And very large means where you will get this. That is nothing but www, World Wide Web. That is over the internet. Whatever data is there over the internet, we are going to get it and we are going to give it to the model. Again, this should be really highly configured systems, very, very high configured systems. Okay, what we call it as supercomputers kind of level, they should be on. Okay, because they have to process a very large volume of data. So this should be a very much high configured data. A model, very high configured model, like, hundreds TB of RAMs will be there. TBs of RAMs or petabytes of the RAMs will be running on this. Okay, that is again, the simple mechanism I was saying you right from the starting. We are going to give the data, model will become intelligent and it will start giving you the answer. Now here we trained it with the cancer and stock, it become as specialized onto one particular set. But in this case, what happened? I gave it a very large volume of data. That's why it is called as large language models, which is ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek. Okay, hope you are getting that. Any questions till now, guys? Any questions, please? Because we are going to go a bit deeper into this. If you want me to, because we are in a very initial phase, if you want me to repeat anything, I can do it. I love to do that. Any questions, please? Yeah, I'm waiting for your response, please. Any questions? Okay. So if you have any questions, please unmute it, start speaking. Okay, don't feel that what other people will be thinking over here. So it's your question, you can ask it. I'm here to answer it. What may be the basic question? I love to answer it. Please don't come out of that mindset that, okay, I will not speak or something like that. Okay, if you have any queries. If you don't have it, you are well understood. I'm very happy over here. Okay, now let's go with the next important thing, what we are talking. Let's talk about what are these till now here. This is a core mechanism we understood. What is this then? Why we are using this all? I will tell you. See, artificial intelligence. Okay. Now I was talking about, guys, over here, a question was raised. What we are going to do with this knowledge? What we are going to do with this knowledge, right? What we extracted from here. This knowledge, we are going to give it to these models. Of course, we don't give it. We will make our data in a clean fashion. It will directly extract the knowledge and it will do it. Okay? That is what exactly happens. Now here, artificial intelligence. What do you mean by artificial intelligence? So I'm not writing the definition over here. Let me explain you the concept. Later on, I will put down the definition, then you will easily understand. So again, when you look at this, there is a term called as artificial over here. When I say what is artificial, means artificial means in general terminology, which is not natural. Not natural, right? It is human-made or man-made. Anything you can say it as man-made or human-made. Anything which is made by the human, replicating as a natural, then it is called as artificial. Okay. Now, let's take it an example. Artificial flowers. Oh, we know that there are natural flowers like rose, lily. All these are different natural flowers. They do have their own natural fragrance. But artificial flowers are made out of, maybe sometimes we will use the paper or maybe some plastic. Next one is artificial trees. Artificial trees. These are, again, they are not natural. Okay, natural trees exist, but these are not natural. They are artificially made. Like we use the rubber, or again, we can go with the plastic, or we will make it with the wood also. Anything. We know that. So artificial flowers are made with the material like paper and plastic. Artificial trees, rubber, plastic, or wood, anything. But here, you know what is artificial, which is not natural. Here, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. First thing. Artificial intelligence means the intelligence which is created or which is developed artificially is called as artificial. I'm just giving it in a basic understanding, basic terminology, connecting from here. So an intelligence which is developed, okay, artificially, not naturally. An intelligence which is developed not naturally, that is artificially, is called as artificial intelligence. Intelligence which is developed, okay, artificially, that is not natural, is called as artificial. Now, what is the natural intelligence? What is this natural? Here, natural flowers, we know it. Okay, what is natural? Oh, thank you. Okay, what is natural intelligence? Natural intelligence is nothing but we humans are naturally intelligent. Okay, so artificial intelligence means whatever the intelligence has the humans, that intelligence I'm going to put it in the machines. That is what is called as artificial intelligence. Okay, we are putting the intelligence of the humans, whatever the human intelligence is there, we are putting the intelligence into the machines. Artificial, it's not naturally, artificial is called as artificial intelligence. Now, how to define this? In a simple, this is always artificial only. This we are giving intelligence. How we are giving? Through data. How we are giving this intelligence? Through data. All this is nothing but artificial intelligence. Now, if you want to define artificial intelligence, AI, I can say it as AI or artificial intelligence is a field of computer science. Actually, without computer science, we can't do all these things, right? Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science which is used to build intelligent machines capable of performing tasks which require human intelligence. Okay? Capable of performing tasks which require human intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science which is used to build intelligent machines capable of performing tasks which require human intelligence. This is what is called as artificial intelligence. Clear? In simple way, we are going to give the knowledge to the machines in such a way that, okay, that machines can perform whatever the humans can do it in the same way. Naturally, they can perform it. A best example is driverless cars. Actually, the cars are designed for the humans. We humans will drive the cars because there are so many things are required. We have to see the signals, we have to see the front guy, back guy, and who is coming from the left side. We have to look at the pedestrians. All these things we have to look at. Okay, and we have to run it. Multiple things we have to do it because we are trained for that, and we get the license and we will drive it. Now, all these skills, I'm going to give it to my model. The model is nothing but a machine. I'm going to give it all this intelligence to a machine. Now, what this will do is like it will perform like humans. Literally, it will perform like humans. So that is where, this best example is driverless cars. Now, this is applicable in almost all the sectors. Every sector you can see it. This is being done. We are going to give the intelligence to the machine and it will perform the task. That's it. Intelligently as that of the humans. Simple. Okay. Now you can get the soldiers. You are preparing the dogs, right? The dogs which are powered with the artificial intelligence. The Tesla car which is powered with the artificial driverless cars. Okay. Autopilot mode. Okay, these all are nothing but the results of your artificial intelligence. Okay, now again, one more thing I want to let you know that artificial intelligence is definitely the future. It is going to completely dominate we are observing a revolution. Literally, we are seeing a revolution over here. Now, and where we are standing now, if you take it, an artificial intelligence is like a big, like 100% if you rate it. Now, we are not even achieved the 5% of the actual potential of the AI. We are just in the initial phase, like we are how a kid, when 1.5 year or 2 years kid, how he will put his baby steps while walking. He will fall down, get up, fall down, get up. The same thing we are in this. Even though we are seeing something like ChatGPT and Gemini and Runaway, all these are the applications which are there. But all these we are in a very, very initial phase. Okay. Now, again, here, these all applications are human dependent for the data. They are data oriented. They are learning from the data and they are data oriented. Completely, it is data oriented. Okay. Now, driverless cars is an example I can say. Okay. Now, if you see that I was saying it, these all applications, whatever we are talking about right now, they are data oriented, means they are learning from the data. Who has to provide the data? We humans has to provide. All these are human dependent. As we move forward in maybe a decade or so, they don't need humans. They can learn from their own experience, and that is called as reinforcement learning. Okay, in the future, I will explain you what is the reinforcement learning. Okay, now if you look at the artificial intelligence, I'm saying it, this is an latest technology, what is being used everywhere in all the fields. There is no restriction at all. Okay, now this artificial intelligence is data oriented. Completely, it is artificial intelligence is data oriented. Means without data, it is waste. As of now, it is waste. So now there may be a scenarios where there is no data for us. So in that case, still we have to send it. Then in that case, we use the reinforcement learning that we will talk about. So that is what is. Now, I can say it in a simple another terminology like artificial intelligence refers to or I can say artificial intelligence is a process of developing intelligent machines which behave like humans. Now, this is an alternate, guys. This is an alternate for this. Don't think that, oh, why I given the similar kind of. This is one type of definition, and this is another type of definition. Okay. Now, let's go into a bit deep about from where it is coming down. From when the artificial intelligence is actually introduced. So, there was a conference which was happened. The conference name was Dartmouth Conference. Okay, actually it is a college. The Dartmouth is a college, and they conducted a conference and they invited the best of the brains in the different sectors to come down and they present their research work. Okay, and this college comes under the university called as MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Okay, it is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Now, a gentleman came down over here by the name John McCarthy. There's a guy by the name John McCarthy. Now, give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, now I will give it as okay. Now I will just give it a google.com. Now here, John McCarthy. Now, he is the gentleman over here. The John McCarthy, he is the guy. Now, he is expired in 2011. Now, here you can see it. His birth is 1927 and he expired in 2011. Now, he is no more. Like 1927, like almost like 90 years, 85 years he was there. And he is the guy who actually came up with the term called as artificial intelligence. Now, John McCarthy, he is the one who coined term artificial intelligence when he did it in 1957. Okay, in 1957 or 56, sorry. 1956, he coined the term called as artificial intelligence. Now, when we talk about what do you mean by coin the term means, he used the whenever a word is used for the first time, we call it as it is the word is being coined. Whenever the word is used for the first time, we call it as that is the coin. We coin that term. Okay, that is called as coin the term. Now, this gentleman, John McCarthy, used the AI for the first time in 1956. Now, you may ask me a question over here. Why we are learning now? Now, obviously, the programming language which is in the 1956, that is not used over here. A programming language which is a car which has been there at the time, we are not using now. Why we are using a technology which came down or a concept which was given in 1956? Now, why we are using this? Because this, as I was continuously saying repeatedly, that AI is data oriented. AI is completely data oriented. So, that time there was no data at all. During that time, there was no data. So we were being like, they were just doing as much development as possible right from the 2000, when the technology evolved, when the technology evolved and the different resources came down like internet, laptops, smartphones, social media, all these things came into the picture. Now, because of this, there was a, now we are seeing that the AI is going to its full potential as of. Okay, it's in a phase. Okay, now that is what it is like. This is quickly about the AI. Now, one thing you should understand, guys, AI is nothing but it is a concept. Okay, it is a concept. Now, like you can take it as now. Suppose, let's take it. Suppose if you want to prepare a special dish, let's take it as you want to prepare that veg biryani. Okay, you want to prepare a veg biryani, and you don't know how to prepare it. So now you are going to get a recipe. Okay, now you are going to get a recipe of the veg biryani over here. Let's take it. This is the recipe of the veg biryani. Okay, now I will give it as veg biryani. Now, this is the recipe. What do you mean by this? This is nothing but what are the ingredients are required to develop this or to cook the veg biryani. Okay, now based on this recipe, we are going to cook the biryani over here. right? We are going to cook it, the biryani. And this biryani will be cooked and you will be having it. Now, what is this? This is a recipe. What is this recipe? Recipe is nothing but, it is a rules and regulations which we have to follow to cook our required dish, right? In the same way, the AI is nothing but the instructions how to develop the intelligent machines. This is nothing but the AI. This is nothing but the instructions to develop intelligent machines. And using these instructions, we are going to develop it. Who develops it? ML, machine learning, DL, deep learning, Gen AI, that is generative AI. Now, these are actual implementation of AI. Hope you are getting the connection between them. We talked about the AI in detail. That is nothing but which helps us to develop intelligent machines. But what is that? Is this the exact process of development? No. This is an instructions. Based on these instructions, we are going to develop the intelligent machines using this ML, DL, and Gen. Here we write the coding, guys. Here we write the code. And here we use the development over here. In this, you will learn how we are going to build the intelligent machines. There will be different levels of intelligent machines: narrow intelligent, general intelligent, super intelligent, or limited memory machines. All these things will be there. But actual development will be done over here. Okay, this is what is the ML. Okay, now again, let's talk about quickly about the ML. Hope you got the major difference between your AI and ML DL, right? A broad view, you got it. Now let's talk about what is ML. ML is nothing but, I can put it as machine learning. ML stands for machine learning. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows machines to extract knowledge from data I will put it as like this, guys. That allows the machine extract knowledge from data by itself. I will say it as by itself without explicitly programmed. Now, I will tell you what exactly I mean. Again, this was introduced by Arthur Samuel in the year 1959. 1959, he introduced it, and Arthur Samuel coined the ML in 1956. Now, again, try to understand this. This is when the John McCarthy came into the picture. He was not having anything practically. He came up with an idea, an end-to-end solution. When it came down to this guy, machine learning, actually, this guy experienced practically. Who? The Arthur Samuel. What Arthur Samuel did it was, when he was working with IBM in 1952, he was working with IBM. Then he developed a program. We call it as checkers program. Okay, there is something called as checkers program. Okay, now these checkers program, what it will do is like checkers is just like a chess playing game. Now here this side there will be human and he will play the game, and the other side the system will play the game. Now what happened, he was very proud and he invited so many people, friends and colleagues to come and play. Everyone was coming and playing over here, and unfortunately this system was not so intelligent to defeat the humans. Humans were easily able to defeat it because at that time it was a very simple program, and usually these humans were able to defeat it. From 10 to 15 moves they were able to defeat this one. But as the time passed, as the more and more people came down and started playing, now this system started defending itself. That means if after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, again a person comes and plays, this time it is not possible to defeat it in 10 to 15 moves. It was taking like 25 moves. Again, still you can defeat it. But you know, it is not so easy now. It is now, but when the author Samuel was questioned regarding that, he said that, no, I didn't do any changes in the program. Now, how is this possible? Because the system was learning by itself. That is, the machine is learning by itself. Right? This is the concept of machine learning. The machine is learning by itself. Clear? This is what is called as machine learning. Okay, guys, and I explained you the relationship between the machine learning and deep learning and generative AI. Now, I will alt it over here. If you have any queries, just let me know. I can clarify your doubts. Because deep learning and generative AI, we will do it tomorrow. But as of now, do you have any queries? Please let me know. I'll clarify your doubts. Any questions, guys? Course, Rishikesh. Course duration will be 100 days officially, 100 classes. But that may increase 15 days more as we do the projects and all those things. And it may be like 120 days. Like 120 days, we will complete our entire course. Any more questions, please?
Yeah, there is a one question. So can we use, actually this is related to model. So can we use already available model just like ChatGPT or DeepSeek, or can create model as well as be required, just like
Yes.
a DeepSeek?
See, what's your good name, please?
Prashant.
Prashant, see, when it comes to the machine learning and deep learning, here, I was telling you,
Hmm.
here, I explained you, right? When in the machine learning and deep learning, we were giving a small volume of data, so we can easily, we can create our own models and we can give our own data. Here also we can use the existing models also, but in this. But when it comes to this one, WWW, that is World Wide Web data, it's a very, very huge, the data over the internet. And you are going to give it to a very highly sophisticated and very high-end systems over here. So none of them is possible for us to do it individual. No way. It takes billions of millions of dollars to do it. So what we are going to do it in the generative AI is we are going to take the existing models like GPT-4 or GPT-3, all these models we are going to take it and we are going to create our own LLMs. Okay, our own LLMs we are going to create it. That is what we will be doing. That's why I was saying yesterday, I explained you in whatever the coding you are going to do it, you are going to do it in the deep learning. When it comes to the generative AI, we are not going to do an intense coding over there. No, we are not going to do it. Just we are going to import the existing model and give our small volume of data and make that model work on our data along with the knowledge which it was previously having. This is called as pre-trained and fine-tuning. Okay. So we can do that. We can do that. That is very, very important.
Okay, suppose that we are going to use an existing model. So is it possible to just tweak the model as we require in our project?
Yeah, you can do that. If you are having an existing model, see, you can integrate it because there will be APIs will be there. With the APIs, you can integrate the particular model into our system.
Okay.
No, you don't want it like that. You want to train the model LLMs with your own data. Now your customer data or your business data. Then we have to get the model locally. That is, you will be using a Olama and we will be getting our model in locally available. And then we are going to train it with our data and we will use it for our own internal purpose. We will not put it over the internet so that it is available to all the people. Then we are going to train it with our own data and restrict for our own network or in our own employees or our own companies. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Any more questions, please? I'm going to explain all these things while doing with the deep learning, because deep learning also I want to give it like a good information about that. And generative AI, these two are the core things for us. I'm going to explain you. Then we will go with the life cycle and then we are going to do the rest of the things. Okay. I'm taking it as you don't have any further questions. I'm ending up the session, guys. Thanks a lot for your time. And if you have, again, I'm saying, if you have any queries, wherever you are coming from, you are fresh graduates, or you are having some experience into different sector, or you are coming from altogether different industry, please, please come out and speak and ask your doubts. Okay. Whatever may be, I will be very happy to clear all your doubts in all the possible ways. Okay, but please don't restrict. Even though if you have a doubt, don't think that what the other people will think. Please don't do that. That is internally, or that ultimately you are losing or you are harming yourselves. Please speak out. I'm here. You are here to learn. Everyone is here to learn. No one is perfect. Even now also I will be learning every day something new. So everyone is in a learning phase only. So if you have any queries, please stop me, unmute it. You can speak in your local language, anything. Telugu, Hindi, English, anything. I'm very much comfortable with all the three. And or no, I want to type it. You can type it. I can go through it and I will answer it. But don't restrict yourself. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I will stop it over here and we will meet tomorrow to continue with the things. Tomorrow, I'm not sure because over the weekends, right? Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we will not be having the class. We will meet on Monday to continue with the things. If there is anything, the management will be in touch with you. And any, like some of you were asking some questions regarding the shifting of the batches and all those things, please coordinate with the admin people. They will give you the correct answers. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. I will stop it over here. Thanks a lot for your time.